Hey guys, SeanB here. Today we are testing out the Fire Demon after the recent balance patch. They give him a new debuff, and I shall call this the Cleanse Blocker. It will block all enemies from removing harmful effect for one turn. So it is a debuff that lasts for one turn. It can also now inflict continuous damage that cannot be resisted, which is really cool. But the amount of dots that he can do is pretty low in my opinion. Okay, Flames of Hell, let's see. So the debuff will block any cleanse effect, but Villager can still buff immunity. But blocking cleanse is kinda nutty because the enemy is still stunned up. So the cleanse will act as a dummy? What do you call that word? A target for the cleanse, which is really good. And right now, if you have all the stun, if you have all the sleep, or whatever, they will still stay on the enemy. Alright, we have a lot of debuff on the enemy team. I hope Anna will cleanse. Really, I hope Anna will cleanse. We have a lot of debuff, and she will. And she didn't cleanse Huadam and herself. She only cleansed the cleanse blocker. Lydia moved and then cleansed her own cleanse blocker. So right now, she got cleansed. But before that, only the cleanse blocker was cleansed on Huadam and herself. Another big question, can Juno cleanse the debuff? Alright, let's see. I'm not too sure. But we're gonna try to put some debuff on Juno here and also trying to put the cleanse blocker. Hopefully, Juno cannot cleanse this. Okay? I'm gonna put that on. Boom. And then Juno cannot cleanse the debuff when there's a cleanse blocker debuff. Oh my god. All these Nephthys users out there, they would die to get a fire demon right now. They would die to get a fire demon right now. Holy moly. Alright, let's see what's gonna happen. Come on, stop rocking. So the bomb duration stay at 2 turns. But it should be 1 by now because 1 natural turn appear. And all the other debuff disappear. So I would say she still work. But Juno doesn't work because Tetra is not really cleansing. She increased the bomb duration and decrease the debuff duration. So Tetra still work against the Fire Demon, I would say. But Juno is a pretty bad pick against Fire Demon right now because you cannot cleanse that. So what I've learned so far is he blocked all cleansing. He still let, let's say, Villager immunity buff, but if there's a buff block, debuff somewhere, Villager would not buff immunity. In guild battle, there's not a lot of cleansing per se because most defense they don't really have a cleanser. Maybe if you see a Triana, then maybe a Fran as well, and then there's a cleanse element in there, but not much is usually cleansed in guild defense. Usually you see a big healer or shield or stuff like that, but usually you don't see cleansing. So the anti-cleanse might not be as important in guild battle, but I think it's gonna be a big factor for the Chiwu team in RTA. Without Chiwu, then maybe he's not as good. But for those who run a Chiwu turn 1 debuff team, I think adding a Fire Demon in there for dots instead of using Belenus or Rika might make a difference because the enemy cannot cleanse the debuff, which is usually the case where the team lose. In RTA, you're probably gonna see something like this. We have AoE strip into AoE defense break into AoE damage, and the usual counter to this will be AoE cleanse. So with a demon, let's say the enemy survive because you cannot have attack buff set up in RTA. They luck sack a violent proc out and they cleanse the entire team, and you lose because you can't stop it from happening. But let's say you do have cleanse block on the entire enemy team, like the small debuff you see on Jaltan right there, then even if the cleanser proc out, you're gonna be okay because you now have, oh, are we dying to this Miho? Because I don't think we're gonna Oh shit. Uh-oh. 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 Crit? No crit. Okay. I thought I'm gonna die to the Miho right there. Usually, you would not have attack buff in RTA. If you're using him in normal arena, you're gonna have attack buff. You're probably gonna kill the enemy straight up. But in RTA, you won't have attack buff. You're probably gonna use something like this. I'm using the Shan for fun, but probably gonna be a Gani instead of Shan. So right there, you do a lot of dots to Miho. But why do you need so many when the enemy supposed to die? Right? When the enemy is supposed to die, then why do you need so many dots? It doesn't make sense to me. It's kind of weird. Okay, let me kill. So the anti-cleanse is there mostly to probably gonna be to deal with the Anivo and the Velaju and the Fran potentially to block the cleanse from happening. Because usually you see one violent proc, one cleanse, and suddenly the match go the other way around. But one thing underrated about the Demon skill 3 is the fact that it has elemental advantage over everybody. So you need only 85 crit rate for him to crit all the time. And you do bonus damage on any element. Which means Chow or whatever that is over there doesn't make a difference to the Demon. So you're still gonna do some good damage to the Chow and crits all the time. And that is really awesome. Okay, let me try to just kill this maybe. That thing's gonna die to the dots, right? So we're gonna do damage to the Chow, give her a turn, she's gonna die to the dots, and then we're gonna punch the Chow right here. So it's more for like precaution. It's not really a crazy thing, but I guess it helps you to deal with bad RNG better in your cleave. But once again, he doesn't do defense break, so you gotta get set up for him. But so far, we see him with defense break. Pretty strong damage, I would say. Let me show you what I mean by the dots is kind of shit. Okay, we have all the debuff going on. I'm trying to kill the Juno first because even with the block buff thing, she's still one of the hardest to kill out there. We're gonna try to put dots on the enemy. As you can see, we do small damage to the Juno and the Jean and the Molong, and we land no dots. And this guy has some pretty good runes, I gotta say. Not some shitty thing out there where like despair or whatever. He got some good rage. But he's not landing dots, even though he's landing the block buff thingy, which is great. But once again, no dots. So you need defense break for this guy. If you don't have defense break, the only thing you are realistically landing on the enemy is the cleanse block. And that's about it. So you want to craft your team around the fact that they cannot cleanse. Okay? But once again, you don't really see Velaju or Anivo that much. Still, very interesting mechanic. And if you couple with buff block over there, you can even block Velaju from buffing immunity. But I like the fact that if you use Rika with him against a Juno, then Juno is no longer counter to Rika. In the past, you see enemy use Rika, you throw in a Juno, and you're good to go. But now you can land all these dots. Actually, no, not much on the Juno. We can land more dots on the Juno right there. We have the block thingy. And then she can't take away all the dots. And she have to take damage. Wait, did she take damage? Oh, she cleansed one debuff, which is the cleanse block. So technically, she can still heal a little bit. But unlike before, the entire enemy team will be full HP by now if there wasn't that block thingy. Okay, let me try to kill the Juno right here. Can we? Bam! And the Juno is gone. So, hey, that might be pretty good. But this is arena, okay? I don't know what kind of force band you have in the 5th pick. Maybe a Gianna, maybe a Nephthys. Because I don't think you're gonna get this combo easily in RTA with the Rika and the Fire Demon. But if you have them together, that might be a good idea. That might be a good idea. Okay, that thing's gonna die to the dots. Bam. And bye-bye. To quickly show you guys if he's gonna work in dragons or not, the skills say he doesn't work on dragons. So the debuff should be resisted easily. harmful effect removal block thingy. There was a long text right there, you saw, right? So unfortunately he doesn't work, because if he works, that'd be way too good. But he does good damage on the boss still. 25k on DB12 is no joke, but I guess it's more for the other demon and not him. Sadly, if he works, that'd be awesome, but he doesn't. Look at that, 26,000 on the boss. That's some pretty solid damage if we are taking DB12 in a comparison. I would not use this guy in TOA like how I use my Beretta, Hemos, or Rika, because without defense break, he's not landing any dots because he doesn't do any damage. You need defense break for him to land somewhere enough. But not everybody has a luxury of an AoE defense breaker in TOA auto team, right? So even with defense break, he still doesn't land dots because he doesn't do enough damage. So that is kind of lame, honestly. He used to land okay dots. They kind of shadow nerf. No, not really. They nerf him. They nerf his dots in TOA hard. Now he can't land dot in TOA at all because his damage is garbage in TOA because the enemy are too tanky. Alright guys, that's all I have for the Fire Demon today. I'll try him more in the future when I think of new team and combo for him, but right now he can stop Vetaju from cleansing, stop Juno from self-cleansing, stop Annabelle from cleansing, and that's pretty cool, but only for one turn, and that's about it. Cannot work on bosses, unfortunately. That's all I have for him today. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like, leave a comment down below, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.